All right, let's talk about this one. Welcome back to the Rebel Tech channel. I'm Justin, and in this video we are covering the FeelWorld PM1 dynamic microphone made for podcasting, recording, streaming, gaming, all types of stuff that you can do with this microphone. And it has a couple of features that is very versatile to a lot of content creation and content creators. Now, of course, full disclosure here, this microphone was sent to me by FeelWorld. They were kind enough to send me one, and I have a boom stand as well that came with it. So we're going to go over the whole kit, what this microphone has to offer, but my main focus in this video will be the audio quality and what it has to offer in that sense. So starting off, it has a full yoke mount, which is a nice touch. I know a lot of microphones tend to go towards the non-yoke mount or half yoke mount, but honestly, with the sturdiness and the rejection of noise, a full yoke mount certainly helps. But it does have a full metal construction, and the screws work really well. No drooping, no nothing like that. I know some microphones in the past that I've used and tried out, not so much. But this one definitely is nice. It's very reminiscent of the MV7 in that regard. In a lot of aspects, I feel like they took a lot of ideas, not taking in the nefarious way, but taking in like the inspirational way of build quality. The screws kind of look the same. They're very similar, and they work very similarly. Now, as far as the body, pretty sturdy body. Feels pretty good. Metal. Then we move on. Get a windscreen on here. Pretty nice sturdy grill. I like that. And a LED ring around the outside, which only works if you are USB powered on it. And there's your audio quality without the windscreen, which makes a big difference because it dampens some of those high-end frequencies when you put on a windscreen, depending on how thick or the style of it, the make of it, whatever it is. Let me know what you think of the difference between on and off. So keep that in mind when you're getting this microphone, that you have the option to take it off, which is nice. And if you need a pop screen that doesn't really alter the tone or the sound, you get a metal mesh one like this, the SE Electronics pop filter, more so. Difference, I will do another video on that. I did a video a while ago about the difference between a windscreen and a pop filter, but I think I'm due for a updated one. So if you're interested in it like this, and you like the tone a little better on your specific voice, definitely an option. Or if you like this, we're going to do those in a little bit, and you don't really necessarily like the pop rejection, you get this as well. I know it's an extra cost, but I really love this pop screen. Now, as I mentioned in previous videos, I'm moving on from going into the booth because the studio here has been more treated. There's more sound blankets, there's stuff like that. It's not perfectly soundproof, and it's definitely not as good as an enclosed booth, but I feel like I didn't notice that much of a difference between the booth and the studio. I mean, yes, there is a difference, but I don't think that the quality of the mic and the usage of these mics that I cover will be impacted that much by throwing it in a booth. If you feel differently, let me know down in the comments, and I could always throw it back on these videos. But for now, I'm just going to go with my regular studio here. All right, so moving on to the tap test. This is a regular mic stand. Top of the mic stand, yoke mount, body. Now, handling. So now moving on to a Plosive Test. That's with the provided windscreen. Without the windscreen, and also it offers a different tone, as I said in the intro, and the build quality. It's all right. With the SE Electronics windscreen, not bad. With both of them. So, at least from my little bit of testing, I definitely can say I like it with, on my voice specifically, with the windscreen on. I feel like it takes away some of that high ends that I don't like in my voice. Now, if you're a person who has a similar voice to mine, that makes sense. But if you're a person that does a deeper, higher, whatever it is, it's going to have to be up to you to make that decision. Now, if you look at the frequency response curve, which I'm going to leave up right now, it does have a 50 to 14 frequency response, and it's cut pretty high, which usually means that it's going to be like potentially mid-heavy. I don't necessarily hear it too much, but I could hear it a little bit. All right, 90-degree test, off-axis in the studio here, facing my wall of a lot. There's a lot in that wall. I might actually do a video breaking down what's on that wall, and like it shows my personality and all that. Even though the bottles of liquor probably are not really a representation of me. I hope not. Now we're going to get a little closer, 90-degree test. Now we'll be about half a foot away, maybe about a foot, a little less. And this is your close proximity, 90 degrees. That's what it's going to sound like. All right, now going on stage right. This is what it's going to sound like in the studio here. That wall over there is a little more treated and definitely has less reflection back. So keep in mind those audio samples. Now moving closer, this is what it's going to sound like about 6 inches away from the side of the microphone. This is what it's going to sound like. And lastly, 180 degrees. This is what it's going to sound like in the studio here, facing a mostly treated wall. That's a sound blanket behind there. Obviously a flag and some things going on. There are metal shelves and some shelves there, but they're probably not going to reflect too much back. And a wood ceiling, carpet underneath, so that helps as well. Now, right behind the microphone, apologize for the back of my head. This is what it's going to sound like, 180 degrees. I got that out very carefully with my tongue. And this is what it's going to sound like. All right, so we're in the untreated room. This is a standard dining room with drywall and a lot of flat surfaces, a lot of reflective surfaces. There's a fan going on in the other room, and there's a ceiling fan going on above me. That fan's a lot louder, funny enough, than this fan. That's a bladeless Dyson fan. This is a ceiling fan, so keep that in mind if you're in a situation like this where you're recording. This is a very untreated room because got a lot of reflection going on. And so you guys know this part of the video, this is going to be in the solo video with the PM1, and this will be in all the other comparisons I'm planning on doing compared to this one. So we got on the table here, we got the pod mic, we got the PD70, AT2040, ZDM1 is DX1, is a Wave DX? No, Wave DX, not DX1. Maybe they'll do that. And the MV7X. So this part, specifically this recording, is going to be in everything. Because I'm not recording this again. It's a little redundant, just so you know. Okay, I'm about 2 feet away from the front of the PM1. This is what it's going to sound like in the untreated room. Next up, 90 degrees, untreated room, PM1. This is what it's going to sound like. Stage left, 90-degree test. This is what it's going to sound like in the untreated room, about 2 feet away from the side of the microphone. Lastly, 180 degrees in the untreated room on, well, it's not really a stage at this point. Well, technically it's still at stage left, but regardless, it's 180 degrees, about 2 feet away, and this is what it's going to sound like. There you go. Now to the outro. I'm going to break down every segment, give you an overview. It won't be too long, I promise, because we went through a lot of tests. But to start off in the studio here in the first segment, it's got a solid build, I will say. For a microphone that this is at this price point, I really like the build quality, and they did a good job with it. Rejection of handling noise. It was a bit louder on the stand when I was bumping the stand. And with the provided boom arm, it's a standard boom arm. It's not anything special, but it will hold the microphone, and I just don't like the spring loaded ones. It's just my own personal opinion. I like stuff like the PSA 1 and the Blue Compass and something like that. This is nice for a beginner, but for anyone who's really taking it seriously, might want to consider something else. As far as plosive rejection is concerned, I gave it a just okay kind of grade. I think it would benefit from having an external pop filter like the SE Electronics one that I mentioned before and I used before. Now, what really matters, the sound. And this is strictly with the XLR, and this is overall. The XLR sounds good. It's a solid sound for a microphone under $100. Has a good broadcast vibe to it, especially on my voice. It could come off a little bit mid-forward or a little nasally, but I think with a little tweaking here and there, you can make it sound just the way you want. I don't think that the frequency response range is restricting it in any way. At least not on my voice, and from what I can tell with editing it, because I didn't throw any edits in this video, but I did play around with it, you can get some good sound out of it. Now, with off-axis rejection, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty solid for a cardioid polar pattern microphone, dynamic microphone. It definitely rejects a lot more noise for a cardioid at this price point than I thought it would, and I am very impressed with that. So that's definitely something it has going for it. And one more thing with the XLR function, as far as the sound is concerned, with the Untreated Room, I really didn't notice much room noise when I was speaking into it at this distance. Of course, with the off-axis stuff, you definitely notice reverberations, but it wasn't that crazy. It wasn't like stand out-ish and making your recording sound terrible. And that's a very reflective room that I used. So yeah, if you're looking for a solid microphone under $100 and you just want to use it XLR, cool. Highly recommend it because of the price. And there are plenty of options out there. Look forward to the comparisons, because maybe I might change my tone, at least when I go head-to-head with some of these microphones. So keep an eye out for those. Now, without me rambling any further, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please hit the like button down below. It would be greatly appreciated. Helps this video, helps this channel. And if you like my vibe around here, please consider subscribing. I am trying my best to get more videos out. It's just life and work is very hard to manage with this channel. It was so easy when it was really the only thing I had, and I was working part-time. But I'm trying my best, doing my best to get content out for you guys. And I am recording, and I am putting work into this channel, but it's just not showing because nothing's been uploaded. If you have any comments, questions, anything like that, down in the comment section, all I ask is be nice. Just be nice. That's all I ask. There's not many rules on this channel. And yeah, that's about it. So until next time, I'll see you rebels in the next video.